Hi everybody, I'm Stacey with Stacey's Organizing and Decorating for Life, or StaceyForLife.com. I'm here to help you organize your thoughts and decorate your perspectives. So you probably wonder what this is all about, because this is another bonus video. So as the title will say, it is about the 7 reasons that I want to be Johnny Depp's life coach. But it goes really deeper than that, and that's why I think we all love him, is because he's such a deep person. So tonight is the new moon, and I'll be out there under the new moon with my little piece of paper with the things that I always write 3 things down, as I've told y'all before, that I would like to see manifest within the next month or 3 months. I'm not attached to it. If it happens, it's great. But I'm out there with my gold candle, and it represents the alchemy, because the alchemist can turn lead into gold. I can't do that yet, but I do turn dreams into reality. And so I also go out there with 4 other candles, 1 for each direction and 1 for each. They also represent each element. So with that all being said, I get out there with my little magic carpet and do my prayers and rituals and ask the universe for what I want. I speak it out into existence under the new moon and the stars, and knowing and having faith that even if I can't see the new moon, which half the time I can't, I know that it's there, and I know that it's this time. So that's what I do. So what prompted this was that I did a video last week, because all these videos are done a day in advance. So I did a video on Tuesday last week for the Wednesday post, and so that one was about expectations versus reality. And so hence unrealistic expectations. And what I said in this video was that if we don't speak our intentions, our expectations out to another person, which is an extension of the universe, then they don't know what we want and we need and we desire. And we can't just expect people to know these things. And if we don't believe in ourselves enough to express that out into the universe, then how do we expect anything else to express, So this is what I'm meaning. And when later that evening, I went to a meeting and I hung out with a few friends afterwards, and we were talking, and we all have our little dreams, goals, and visions and for this new year and everything. So I said, yeah, I want to be Johnny Depp's life coach. And it's more than once I've said this. I always say this. And so they're like, you could so be Johnny Depp's life coach. I'm like, I know, right? Wouldn't it be fun? And I'm not saying that all in fun, because being a life coach is serious too. But I don't share people's business or what have you. So anyway, I always think everything's fun, because learning, that's what we do in life coach school, is learn. So anyway, not all learning experiences do feel good. But so they propelled me, and so here I am. I'm speaking it out into the universe. I don't know if it will manifest. It may take a year to manifest. It may take 5-7 years to manifest, and I don't know what the manifestation is going to look like. And I also said that in there too. But the thing is that we just don't know. So I've written down some things here, and I have to put my glasses on to read what I wrote, because I wrote some things down and I don't want to mess up. I don't want to miss anything, because your time is valuable to me. So I'm not trying to be on here rambling about what I want and those dreams, goals, visions, and desires, and what we want. And I want to be able to do this in the utmost respect and honor to Johnny Depp. So 7 reasons I want to be Johnny Depp's life coach or friend. And I'm not saying that Johnny needs a life coach, because actually, he did rise, and he has been handling his business like a rock star. Get it? The Hollywood vampires thing. So, but he just went through a dark night of the soul, 2016-17, and he's coming out of it, the things that happened. And so he's on the tail end of it, I believe. But he's handled his stuff admirably. So anyway, I just felt compelled to do this video, as Johnny Depp is a legend. He's awesome, and he does movies and music that make us all so happy. So when I do my candle prayers, because I do candle prayers every night, kind of like birthday wishes, and I do pray that Johnny Depp's soul is happy, that he's getting to do what makes his soul happy, because when he's making his soul happy, it makes us so happy too. So I've related and learned from him for a long time because we're close to the same age. And so, um, so on his journeys, when he recreated the Lone Ranger, when he did Alice in Wonderland, Wonka, the Chocolate Factory, and all of this, those were things I grew up with as well. And I loved seeing that transformation. Again, there goes the alchemy of that, because that gold candle represents the alchemy, if I forgot to say it, alchemy and, lending those dreams and visions up into the ethers with the smoke, and then the flame burns away anything that holds us back from that. So that's the thing about him, is he's kind of mystical and magi-cool and childlike and all of this, and he shares that with us, and we so relate with that. He shares the dark and the light with us, and he embraces both of those without judgment. And I love polarities, so it's really awesome, because that's just a part of life. So let me go on to introduce myself. Once again, I'm Stacey Reinick, and with Stacey's Organizing and Decorating for Life, I help people organize their thoughts and decorate their perspectives. And what that amounts to is, it's like cleaning out a closet, because that's how I started, was working with people doing the organizing and decorating, but it was always about a transformation, and it led to being a personal assistant. Now it's led to be a life coach. So we started digging, so you dig stuff out of the closet. Sometimes it looks messy and dark and everything else, but then when you go back in the closet, you're able to find what you need when you need it, and you've gotten rid of the stuff you don't need. So that's what I do. It's kind of a metaphoric doing like that. And so when people are able to go to what they want and they need, they have a peace about them and a comfort, and that's what I do. So, to get on with my list, there's 7 reasons why I want to be his life coach, or at least friend. So, 1, the obvious reason is that we all love him because of his childlike, mystical, magical, and his voice. His voice makes you want to crawl up on his chest and go to sleep. But all in all, I'm a Leo, and need I say more, Leos are like, wow, and I'm protective of Johnny Depp and everything. So number 2 is he did suffer a toxic relationship. That can cause damage. It's good to reflect on that, to live, learn, love, and grow, to nurture your soul. I had a dark night of the soul in 2002, March of 2002. My dad passed away, and a week later I twisted off and left my husband, became a single mom. I was started taking shit seriously. And so I learned a lot, though. I was in therapy, and she sent me to codependency, and so I went through the codependency program, and then after that I was able to help others with their codependency as well. So that goes to number 3. When he had the dark night, there was some legal and money problems, and we all know Johnny is generous. But again, it goes back to relationships and knowing what is ours to take care of and what is somebody else's to take care of, and being able to know what's our business, God's business, and somebody else's business, to be able to stay in our business and let other people take care of their own. So 4, there's also accusations of substance abuse. I can't say if he does or doesn't. I can't say if somebody next to me does or doesn't, because that's their own decision. There's just those accusations. I can say that I had that problem. I had substance abuse problems, and I've been clean for 22 years now. And I know that he's around some powerful men that have a lot of recovery values and such. So I'm just saying, if he needs a divine feminine, that would be me. Or could be. So, anyway, if he doesn't have those problems, I could just be a designated driver, which is usually the case. So, sometimes with my family. Number 5, in 2016, Johnny suffered the loss of his mom. I can't imagine. I will say that in 2011, I had my second dark night of the soul, where I lost my 18-year-old son tragically. But given the tools from my first dark night of the soul, I was able to survive and really understand and know what being a survivor means. So I was able to stay alive. I was able to go on to be able to help people with addiction, codependency, and now grief. I've been able to add that to my things you can live through. So number 6 has been that profile, or that pic of Johnny Depp that says the problem is not the problem. The problem is your thoughts about the problem. And so that means compartmentalizing and, prioritizing what needs to go where. And so that's really cool. Number 7, and I'm going to stop at number 7 because number 7 is my life force number and it's Johnny Depp's life force number also. So I get him on that level because we have the same few thinking patterns. We're both ruled by the number 7, although I know that number 3 is the number that he feels deeply connected to. I think he and I could talk about deep stuff all day, and and I love that he embraces the dark and the light, and he does that without judgment, and everything helps us to do so without judgment because we all admire and respect him. So anyway, I could sit in a sweat lodge with you, Johnny Depp. We could burn sage together. I love the Sauvage commercial where you're blowing the sage to make it burn stronger and stuff. That would be cool. There's so many things, the tattoos, everything else that, I'd love to talk to you about. But anyway, you've got some things, if you'd like to talk or chat, or you want to, you need a life coach, somebody on the outside who don't know anything, who's kind of naive to everything, then have your people contact me. I'm Stacey in the Caribbean. It's time for this video to be over. But anyway, I wouldn't even know if it was really you contacting me because a lot of us that are Johnny Depp lovers have different people contact us all the time saying they're Johnny Depp. So I can't imagine what it would be like to be you, to have 1,000 people calling themselves Johnny Depp to where you can't even call yourself Johnny Depp. I mean, you do, but you know what I mean? You check into hotels under another name, so I'm sure you don't even have social media, but I know you have friends that do. And, it's just cool. I won't feel bad even if I don't get to meet you that I put this out there, because I would rather have put it out there and not than sit here year after year wishing that I did. And like I said, if some, Anyway, if you would like to organize thoughts and decorate perspectives, that would be cool, because I learn from people as they learn from me, and trust. You wouldn't have to entertain me because I know what to do. So I thank you so much for all that you do, whether I ever meet you or not, or know you or not, or what have you. I just pray you be well and peace. Thank you.